Hi gang, Scott here. I've got a Lightroom oddity to share with you. I really don't know how else to describe it. It's just an oddity. The photos in my grid view, I normally sort by capture time. They were showing up out of order, and one sequence in particular was very clearly out of order, which is what made me wonder what was going on in the first place. I think I understand why it's happening, but let me show you what's going on, a clear indicator that my sequence is off, and what I think led to this happening for Lightroom. I'm here in the library module, and I have a sequence of photos. I have, 97 photos in this set. I used a couple of different cameras to capture these, but both the cameras have the same timestamp. I am clearly sorted by capture time, so I expect my oldest photos to be at the front, kind of up here. You can see it's, kind of hazy. The sun started to come out, and then way down toward the bottom, sunset happened, the end of the day. Okay, great. So generally speaking, it looks all right. But then there's this sequence here in the middle, right here. This surfer, I'll bring this up big. So 1, 2, 3. Now, this guy wasn't standing in front of me doing the cha-cha, walking back and forth. So clearly he was moving from left to right. But this is how Lightroom sorted it. Here, then backwards, and then forwards. All right, what's going on? So back to the first photo. Let me hit the I key. Checking timestamps. All right, so I've got 6:26:07 p.m. for the first one. Same timestamp for the second one. Third one was a second later. All right, so the third one makes sense. Why are these two right here, why are these out of order? And what caught my eye, which started to suggest why this happened to me, was the file name on it. And so to explain this, I got to tell you a little bit about my import process, but let me go back to the grid. Let's look at these two file names. I've got 0005, 0043, then it goes to 0022. So the timestamp, since I'm sorting on timestamp, the file names don't matter. But then for photos that have the same exact timestamp, I guess Lightroom is sorting them as you would expect. Okay, I'm going to pick something else to sort on. Since both of these had the same measurement, let me choose something else. So why do I have these very disparate file names? And this is where I need to kind of explain. Here's my import process. So let me just give you an example. Here's import. And I just dump memory cards from a couple of cameras I'm using out into this area. And usually I'll pick, this is 0414. So that was on April 14th. And I've got a couple of sets. So I'll Command or Control click on those, select them both. I'll do a little bit of culling, like this one wouldn't make the cut. And then go ahead and import these things. As part of my import process, I've got a template to rename the files. You'll notice a start number. So there's a sequencer there that's adding, incrementing each time it brings in a photo. So what I believe happened is because I selected more than one folder to import from. So I have two folders selected, saying take all these things and put them into my catalog, put them into one area I have called working set for my current set of photos that I'm working on. Lightroom fired up a couple of background threads. When you watch the progress bar as it's doing things, there were multiple streams kind of running at the same time. So I think that because there were multiple streams running, the sequence of the photos from the incrementing on the renaming 1, 2, 3, and so forth, that all kind of got just intermixed. And then as a result, when I'm sorting by capture time, if I have photos that were taken at the exact same time, down to the second, then there's a potential they can be sorted incorrectly or at least illogically. Right? There would not be that sequence of if you're doing a rapid fire on a bird in flight moving across the scene, it would be potentially in different places and jitter around. So I think that's what caused ultimately my walking surfer here to go from the middle, taking a step back, and then taking a big whoops. Let me unselect those things. Started there in the middle, took a step back, and then kind of a big lurch forward. because of the way I imported things. So, the workaround would be don't import with multiple folders at the same time, do them one at a time, or just don't care. And for the most part, I kind of don't care. I really don't care what the file name is. The sequence number is just to make sure I don't have duplicates. And after that, I don't really use the file name for anything. I care about stuff that says like, okay, it's got my name in it. It has a location in it. I might care about the date, but usually I don't. I'll use the metadata to go sort through all that. But it was odd enough. I wanted to share it with you. So if you're noticing that you see photos that are out of sequence in your Lightroom folders, like you're looking at them, you're certain that you are sorted on capture time. Take a look at the file names, and if it really, really bothers you, you can tweak file names to make things sort out, or import more serially, one folder at a time, and let that sequence kind of get built up over time. I hope you found it interesting, and maybe it was completely boring and you've already tuned out. Maybe not. But if you got other questions about it, or maybe you know a way to not have this happen and still be able to source things from multiple folders, let me know. Drop some stuff in the comments. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Have fun.